Welcome back to the channel. Valerie, where are we at today?
We are at Connerton at the largest planned unit development in all of Land O'Lakes.
In all of Land O'Lakes. And we're inside the Coronado III model, which we'll give you a tour here in a minute. If you hear Bruce Springsteen in the background, it's because he is on the TV, 80s flashback anthem rock. As I said, we're in the Coronado III, and as we take a tour, we're gonna show you just a few things about MI Homes, who is the builder of this home, because they're a semi-custom home builder, right, Valerie? Everything is not necessarily put on the home before you buy it, as some other home builders do. Now, they do have homes ready for you to buy if you wanted to come into Connerton and have a home ready to move in. They do have that available, but they've also got home sites that you can build on and partially customize. So maybe you want different color cabinets or countertops or flooring. You actually have the choice with MI Homes in the community of Connerton. Connerton also has some terrific amenities. Valerie, what do you think about this area?
I think if you are interested in things like trail walking, racket sports, or clubhouses with events happening in them, or the pool, they have everything here. It's a full planned unit development, meaning the schools, restaurants, Publix, everything is here inside the neighborhood. You don't have to go very far. It's a huge neighborhood. They have 3,000 protected acres of wildlife and conservation. Yeah, and so they also have 10 miles of trails for you to walk along. If it were me, I am interested in things like, what does it look like to be in community at the clubhouse? I would want to go to the pool. I would want to walk the trails because I want to see all the wildlife, and I know you do too. So I would be interested in all the amenities they have to offer. It feels like they have everything.
Which fits the family lifestyle that we talk about a lot of times on this channel. What does it look like to live in the suburbs of Tampa, outside of the city? And to be honest with you, this is a ways out of the city. It's 20 minutes north of even, say, places like Lutz or Wesley Chapel. So it is quite a bit of a drive. When you come here, you want to have all the things that Valerie just talked about close by. That would be the draw, that you don't have to go very far to get your daily activities in. However, it is a ways away from the city. So just a very classic suburb. It is one of the largest, if not the largest right now in all of Land O'Lakes. So let's go ahead. We're gonna show you a tour of the Coronado III model and let you see just how nice this MI home really is. My name is Jeremy Rickard. I'm the broker and owner of Excellecore Real Estate right here in Central Florida. And this is my wife, Valerie. She's one of our realtors here at Excellecore Real Estate. We appreciate you tuning into the video. We would love it if you would subscribe to the channel. We do these every Wednesday. That way you don't miss when a new video comes out. And we operate on 3 principles here. The first is we don't want you to make a decision out of fear, but we want to get you as educated as possible. And when it comes time for you to buy your home right here in Central Florida, we want to be your guides.
So when it does come time, reach out to us at jeremy@excellecore.com, or if you want to just look at a few properties, go to excellecorerealestate.com.
So let's get back to the video. Okay, so we just finished touring the Coronado model. Valerie, what did you say when the camera's not catching you talking? What did you say about this house?
I would live here.
You would live here?
I'd live here.
Why?
Oh, I love the layout. I love the master room. I love the guest room that has the bathroom in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, I would look at it as a mother-in-law room, but I just love it. It's a great layout.
She made the comment, she said, whoever decorated this house killed it. And I would have to agree. Textures, dimension, the color scheme, all of that seems like they took great care and interest. But the base, the palette, the thing that you have to build on seems to be higher quality than other builders in the specific neighborhood. Would you agree?
Yeah, I really love it. I love the fit and finish of it. I love the colors. I love the textures of the build. I mean, I think whoever decorated their design was spectacular, which is adding to it. But I just really love what they picked out, how it's laid out. Everything they've chosen for this house is really great. Lots of light too. Great windows, lots of light.
Yeah, tons of natural light. So let's go check out some of the other things this community in Connerton has to offer.
It's very bright out here. We need sunglasses. We definitely need sunglasses, and there's construction.
Hope you've enjoyed the tour of the Coronado model. That house starts just below 600,000. The one we toured was somewhere right shy of 800,000. If you want an idea, it's 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,500 square feet. So quite large home on two stories. But we hope you've enjoyed this neighborhood. We think it's a great neighborhood. There is a reason it's the largest in the area, and a lot of people are drawn to this area.
Yeah, for sure. As we are.
So until next time, we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
All right. So let's place Connerton on the map so you get a good sense of where it is in relation to Tampa and some of the surrounding areas. I pulled up all the listings as well right here in Connerton so you can see how they're clumped together. If you pay real close attention to its location between I-75 and then if you go over here to the Suncoast Parkway, the reason that I have a little bit of an issue with where it's at, this is me personally, is because it's a little bit more difficult to get to via a main artery. Now you see Highway 41 right here. I don't really consider that to be one of the main arteries because there are so many lights, a lot of stopping and starting as you're moving your way down south. And then eventually, if you were going to go into Tampa, you probably would take Del Mabry to get there. However, if you're coming from Tampa, and you can see here's the Tampa International Airport right here. Let's say you're coming in from the airport. You're going to take the Veterans Expressway up this way. And in 5 o'clock traffic, you're probably looking at about a 50-minute drive to get to Connerton. What it's going to have you do is it'll have you come all the way up here, get off on this exit, cut across, and come south again. So you're kind of going up and around. If you were to elect to take I-275, this up from Tampa, let's say you were working in Tampa, you're going to come up at 5 o'clock, you're probably looking at a solid hour and 15 to an hour and a half, depending upon how bad traffic really is. So you need to understand, if you work in Tampa, that is going to be a commute. I would say, hey, listen, if you're a buyer considering Connerton, really think about this because that's your daily living. I mean, the house is what it is. The builders are what they are, and you can find a lot of the same houses in different communities, but you can't change that location. That house is there, and so just keep that in mind. One of the things I do really like about Connerton is the diversity of builders that they have inside of the community. It strikes me sometimes when you go into a community and they only have one, maybe two builders. It doesn't show that much diversity. It becomes a whole lot more cookie cutter than it really needs to be. But inside of Connerton, you've got all kinds of builders. You've got Lennar, your entry-level builders. You have MI. You have Homes by WestBay. You have Taylor Morrison. You have David Weekley. So you have plenty of options of the type of builder depending upon your price point. And they're going to range anywhere from on the low end of about $264 to the high end around the mid 800s. And when you get into that level, you're getting into some customization, kind of like we talked about in the video with MI, Taylor Morrison, David Weekley, those builders, entry-level builders such as Lennar. You're not going to have that type of customization. Another thing that's beneficial here is you have multiple styles of properties inside of the community. I'll show you what I mean. You've got villas, townhomes, and single-family homes. So if we go over here and we're going to select a villa, there's not very many of them, only two that are actually available right now. And you can see those range in the roughly the mid 300s, built by Lennar. You say, Jeremy, what is the difference between a townhome and a villa? You'll notice that this almost looks like a duplex. Some people might see that and consider it a duplex. The difference is, in a duplex, you own this entire thing here. You would own both sides, both units. In a villa, it's only two units sharing a common wall, but you own one side or the other. It is two separate tax ID numbers. When you get into a townhome may have two walls that you share in common, depending upon if you're an end unit or not. So that's the real difference between a villa and a townhome. A lot of times townhomes are 2 stories. That doesn't necessarily have to be that way. But if there are multiple buildings linked together, more than 2, we're going to consider those townhomes. And if they are only 2, we're going to consider them a villa. So you do have multiple options here inside of Connerton. Great community and a good place to live. I think the one thing that you need to give attention to is how far do you have to drive to go to work? If you're working from home, no big deal. You have everything so local there for you. Grocery stores, shopping, dining, schools, it's all really close by. They've done a really good job of making that a tight-knit community. But if you do have to commute into Tampa, it needs to probably be a consideration as to how far that drive is. And this angle right here will give you an overall picture as to where it sits in the central Florida map. You'll see Clearwater over here, Tampa, St. Pete to the south, Orlando over here to the east. So if you're considering Connerton, hit us up. Let us know. Jeremy at Excellecore.com. Shoot me an email. Let me know what you're looking for, what you're looking to do, what you're looking to accomplish in your time frame. I would love to chat with you, have the opportunity to earn your business. So when it's time, hit us up, Jeremy at Excellecore.com, and we'll see you on the next one.